A very good morning. Welcome to the audio cast from Kotak Securities. I'm your host and guide Anindya Bannerjee. Fragile risk sentiment का एक बहुत ही important indication ये है कि 2-3 दिन का rally के बाद there is a sudden sell-off, and that's exactly what happened last night. US stock markets plunged, the major indices plunged anywhere between 4 to 5%, और आज Asian equity markets में भी एक sell-off है. Dollar index of course rallied yesterday because of the risk off, but at the same time, आज in spite of the sell-off in Asian equities, dollar index is actually weak. Dollar CNH, same thing. Yesterday, a big up move, and now today it's retracing. Kyunki news that is coming out of China is that they are going for gradual unlocking after a strict lockdown of several weeks. So that is the reason why CNH is doing well. Even Asian currencies, emerging market currencies are more or less stable आज. इसके कारण डॉलर रुपी में gap up तो है if we look at the offshore price levels, but 77-75 के आसपास में futures है, which is not a significant jump from 77-69 levels where it closed yesterday. So in this kind of a situation, the question is how to trade and what will be the path. एक drift upward तो है, but at the same time, because we suspect RBI intervention is quite heavy at higher levels, that is RBI is selling dollars, इसके लिए dollar is unable to shoot higher. But one thing very interesting, जो कल data analysis में which we shared in our Telegram group, which clearly said that there has been a dramatic shift in the performance of the Indian rupee compared to its peers. मतलब May 4th, that's the day when RBI came and shocked the market by hiking rates and hiking the CRR and sounding extremely hawkish, which was out of turn. Since then, Rupee has gone from being one of the strongest currencies among its peers to now almost the weakest currency among its peers. So this flip is primarily happening, which we think of couple of reasons. Ek to there is the outflow, the FPI outflow has steadily increased since then from bond and equity, because bond maybe the investors are fearing that RBI is going to hike rates and tighten liquidity significantly from here on. At the same time, oil prices are holding steady and commodity prices have come off but still are not significantly down, so inflation will edge up. So ये situation में bond are not a great investments. But generally what we see is that the carry traders show a lot of interest at the short end of the curve, which means जो short term rupee instruments है, because उसमें yields are rising, they tend to come and buy. But what we also sense is that kind of an interest is also lacking. मतलब जो carry traders है, they are not showing so much of interest to be long rupee at this point in time. There is no panic to cover the longs in the Indian rupee, but there is not much of fresh interest which is coming from the carry traders to be long rupee, and iske wajah se Indian rupee has suddenly started to underperform its peers. So currency is weak. ये situation में on days or weeks जब dollar index is let's say going to surge, the equity is going to sell off, Indian rupee is going to be quite vulnerable. So USD/INR can spike. But आज के लिए, because some stability is returning at least in the dollar index, तो हो सकता है in the morning dollar rupee में hold out, RBI may come in and sell dollars and keep it stable. But second half में, once the European markets open, अगर ये equity sell off continue रहा and the dollar index starts to rally again, then in the second half we need to be careful with our positions, because then we may again see the dollar rupee trying to push higher. क्योंकि technically ऐसा कोई resistance तो है नहीं. It is just that the RBI is intervening aggressively at higher levels. इसके लिए dollar rupee is making a fresh all-time high and pulling back. So इसके लिए we cannot talk about levels on the basis of charts, because this is completely a virgin territory. But अगर psychological levels का बात करें तो of course, and also option positioning जो है, जो call writing का open interest है, वो 78 के आसपास is quite heavy. So the call writing open interest is very heavy at 78, which means the option sellers are saying that at least till May end expiry, जो May 27th का जो contract है, they are not expecting the dollar rupee to go above 78. But in case the dollar rupee does go above 78, the chances are slim. But if it does, the short covering can be big. तो 78 is the upper cap और नीचे में 77 half is a very strong support क्योंकि 77 half strike put options में large open interest है, extremely large. So 77 half is going to be a strong support on the futures. और उसके बाद of course 77 quarter and 77 because ये जो पूरा एरिया है between 77 and 78 यहाँ पे चार्ट से भी important है the option positioning, and because that the open interest are pretty large, so that is going to dictate how the dollar rupee oscillates until and unless some major external force comes and compels these option sellers to cover their short positions in the options. Till then dollar rupee will be completely guided by how the open interest is in the out of money calls and out of money puts. तो ये situation में a couple of strategies can be done. People who are wanting to bet on an upward drift, they can do a positional say ratio call spreads even with a June end contract, because उसमें क्या है, if you do ratio call spread and if you design it well, then you can even get a credit, which means if dollar rupee doesn't go up or takes a lot of time, you are not paying premium to the market. At the same time, short strangles can be considered as long as dollar rupee is not showing any inclination to break out. And intraday straddles will wait and see how things transpire, and then we will issue those trades. Please follow us on our Telegram channel. We constantly post updates about the market, how to trade, and various strategies as well. If you are not there on the Kotak Securities Currency Corner, which is the currency Telegram channel, please subscribe to that. On the currency crosses, Euro INR and GBP INR and GBP INR, these three pairs will be volatile and range bound. So that's it, folks. This is Anindya Bannerjee signing off. A fantastic day ahead.